Hello, I'm Dave Speakman. Just going to vlog a fairly typical session today. So today we've got a local band coming in, a 5-piece band from Sandbach, which is, I'm in Middlewich, Cheshire. So Sandbach is just the next town over. I'm friends with the singer. I don't know any of the other guys in the band. So I just thought I'd take you through the setup process. As typical, I've got in nice and early. It's about 8:30. I'm just going to set some mics up. I've already set the house kit up. The band are using the house kit today, which is a Ludwig. It's a 60s Ludwig that actually belongs to my friend Hugh Lawrence. It's a lovely kit, really records really well. And then I've got a couple of snare drums. The one that I've picked out just for today is the Ludwig Supraphonic. That might get changed. And then these cymbals are also my cymbals. So I like to start each session by making a little plan of what I'm going to do. So I just jot down some stuff. So I've got the instrumentation kind of down here, and then I've written a list, and this might change when they get here, but I just like to do this. And then I can set the Pro Tools session up with these inputs, and I can get these mics. That's what I've decided to use on the kit today. It's things that I've done before. Unless he plays drastically different to any drummer I've ever heard, that will be absolutely fine. Once I've set the session up and set all the inputs, I've not done any inputs for the guitar yet because I don't know where I'm putting them. I just label the desk up as well so that I know where everything is. Everything is then returning back on the desk here, and that's where I can do my headphone mixes just on these last 4 channels of the desk. So they're switched into bus A, nothing else is. And that's where we'll be doing our sends to headphones. Hopefully I'll get everything onto 2 headphone mixes, if not 3. The best thing to do really is to get a mix for the guys that are downstairs, who will all be together, so they're not going to want much drums in their mix, and then get another mix for Chloe, who will be up here recording the vocal. Just giving the drums a sort of cursory tune up before the guys get in, and before I put any microphones on as well. I'm only going to loosely place the microphones because I've no idea how he wants to set the kit up. I've set it up how I play when I play. I play a little bit of drums, not anything more than a hobby, but yeah, I'm okay at tuning drums. I've spent quite a little bit of time working on that and trying to work out how to do it. There's a great book actually that I'll put a link in the description. There's a great book on how to tune drums, which I definitely recommend. So I'm going to use some of these Telefunken mics today. I've got this great Telefunken kit. So I've got the M82 that I'm going to use on the kit. I'm going to use the M81s on the toms. I'm just going to clip them on today. I've had some great results with this. I've got some 421s as well. 414s, quite often use them on a kit as well on the toms. But I'm going to use these Telefunken ones today. I've always had good results with them. So the mic setup for the drums is done now. It is, what time is it? 18 minutes past 9. Yeah, I've just loosely positioned the mics. They're not where they're going to stay. So I've got the Telefunken M82 in the kick, an old 414, 70s 414 for outside kick, the Telefunken M81s on the toms. There's just 2 toms on this kit, and then we're doing snare top, bottom. On the snare is just SM57s. I quite like the way that the SM57s, when they're perfectly lined up with each other and pointing in the same direction, there seems to be an absolute uniformity in phase of using the same mic top and bottom, which I really enjoy. Sometimes with these, I might even just do this, just to remind myself that I've not positioned the mics yet. They're not positioned, they're just in place. Same with the overhead. So we've got a pair of 414s. These are newer ones, XLS. Some people don't like the XLS, but I quite like them. Okay, so I've got about another half an hour, so I'll probably set up the DI box for the bass player, and I'm going to set up a mic upstairs for Chloe the singer. I've set up this U87 for Chloe to sing into. So I want her to have line of sight with the drummer, who she said is a relative of hers. So, and just from timing perspective, just for them to be able to see each other would be really good. I've hung the mic upside down because it makes it look more fancy, and I've sandbagged the legs because I want it to live. So I'm just getting some headphones prepped up. I'm using these Sennheiser HD 280s. A couple of pairs of these were given to me when I was doing some work from them. They have this really annoying coily cable that needs sorting out. I actually won these are HD 300s. I won these in a sound on sound competition a few weeks back. They don't have the curly thing. I'm going to give them the drummer because the curly thing is really problematic for the drummers. Pop shield on this UH7 just helps to keep the plosives out of the mic. Again, I'm going to position that down because I haven't positioned it yet, so that just reminds me that I've not positioned it yet. So that's it really, I'm just waiting for the band to arrive. Obviously it's an absolute luxury being able to set up all this stuff before they arrive, and if they weren't using the house kit, I'd have to just set the mics up on the kit when they get there. And for that reason, I always ask the drummers to get here early. I've still asked the drummer to get here before anybody else. The drummer comes at 10 o'clock, the rest of the band come here at 11. Now, the rest of the band are welcome to come, but they have to know that they're going to be sat around for at least an hour while we sort the drums out, because getting the drum sound is probably the most complicated thing. Probably going to put a coffee machine on now and, you know, have that ready for them when they get here. Chloe and her uncle Michael, who's the drummer, have arrived now. I'm just getting some info off Chloe as to what we're recording and the band's names and what tea and coffee they drink. I've just sort of reset the microphones. Michael has positioned the drums where he wants them, and then I've measured the overheads to make sure that they're equidistant from the snare to keep the snare in the middle of the kit. So this is how we've ended up with it set up. So I'm just going to ask Michael to play now, and I will do the nonsense upstairs. So Michael's playing down there, so I'm just going to set some gains quickly on everything. I'm using the first 8 on the SSL to start with. And it's more about, at this stage, just making sure that I'm getting a level from everything. Bass drums sound a little bit woofy at the moment. I'm probably going to go down and sort that out, a little bit more dampening or something. But that's basically it, yeah, so I'll gain everything up, have a good listen to it, probably set up some parallel compression at the same time, and then move on. Because of the way that I've got the XL-Desk set up, it's really quick to send from bus C to this compressor here, the DBX 560. And then I've got that printing back into Pro Tools. This is something that I do quite regularly, and I just find it easier to get a sound now rather than later. Whenever I check the phase of things, I like to put the desk into mono, which you can do on the SSL. Just with this button here, I can press the mono button and then I just get it in mono. I'm kind of stood over here anyway. I also then listen to it on this little Auratone, which tells me the phase really reliably. The next thing that I'll get him to do is to just play the snare drum, and I'll listen to the phase of the snare drum in every mic, and then we should be good to go. I've put the big fat snare drum thing on the top of the drum because he wants the drum quite tight, but the fundamental of the drum was a little bit high maybe, so I wanted to bring the pitch of the drum down whilst keeping the head nice and tight, which is how he wants it. Everything's set up downstairs. I've just patched this compressor in to the bass. It's like a Warm Audio LA2A, just compressing the bass just a touch. Of course he stops playing now. I only wanted to do about a dB on here, that's it. So we've done a couple of takes. I'm just going to check the mics, make sure everything's in the right place, ready for the third take. Cool. So I've just come down here and I've just moved a couple of the mics around. I have moved the mic on this other, doing a little vlog thing. Ooh. I've moved the mic on this other guitar amp and I've just baffled it off a little bit just to give a little bit more separation from the drums. These guys are pretty good. They're not playing too loud, which is lovely. Everyone's got their headphones, just need to turn Pete, the bass player, up a little bit. If you're enjoying these videos, please do like the video and please do subscribe. It really does help the channel to grow if you do that. Thank you. The band's had lunch, we've all had lunch, and we're ready to do some more recording. Get another couple of tunes recorded. Obviously I'm going to mix and master this sometime next week. Crazy little thing called love. That's it, we're wrapped up now. The guys have actually gone. I just need to pack down everything now that they've gone. Thanks for watching. If you found this interesting, do subscribe to the channel and do give the video a like. It really does help if you subscribe and like the stuff. It helps me to keep doing stuff. And if you've got any other questions or anything that you'd like me to do content on, please do let me know in the comments below. That'd be brilliant. Yeah, cheers. And obviously check the band out. They are called Cold Steel Rail, CSR, Cold Steel Rail. Check the band out too. So yeah, I just need to pack everything down, and then I will be back in to mix the session. I've got another band in tomorrow, so it's going to be next week now when I mix. They don't want to attend, so that makes it easier for me, to be honest. Thank you.